I want to talk about the Seahawks. Oh man, I'm so disappointed in the Seahawks. It's painful. I'm a fan of the Seahawks, and it is not going well. I think honestly, I mean the Seahawks had a couple great years. We went to 2 Super Bowls. We won one of them. I think Russell Wilson was almost MVP this year, and I think it's over. I think it may be over for the Seahawks for a number of years. Things seem to be unraveling in Seattle very, very quickly. Last week, the Seahawks lost to the Rams 42-7 at home. I mean, they didn't even show up for the game. They got obliterated. Not to mention the 49ers in San Francisco are really building something special. And on top of all of that, the Cardinals will probably draft Baker Mayfield and finally get a good quarterback. And probably the Seahawks are not going to make the playoffs this year. If they don't beat the Cowboys and have a lot of things go right, the Seahawks will not make the playoffs. And the roster's aging. I don't mean to be negative Nancy. I'm just laying out facts. The roster for the Seahawks is getting older. You know, Michael Bennett's 32. Jimmy Graham is 31. Both Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas are 29, and they're both injured. Cliff Avrill's 31. Cliff Avrill's also injured. Worst of all, we have a mediocre offensive line at best. Really a bad offensive line, but at least mediocre offensive line, depending on how you want to judge it. We have average wide receivers. Again, we're getting old. Our stars are aging on defense. Like our whole defense is getting a year older. I mean, obviously, but our defense looks older by the minute. I think it may be time to reload. If I'm Seattle, I think it might be time to hit the reset button. I really do. Gotten in trouble a couple times for practices and Adderall, and now a concussion protocol was missed. I don't know. I think things are coming apart at the seams in Seattle. It's very possible. I'm not ready to hit the panic button. I don't mean to be that guy, but I said at the beginning of last year that we need to, as the Seahawks fans, we need to start thinking about trading away our defensive players. Now it's clear to me. We need to trade away our defensive players. Get what you can while you still can get something for them. Go get weapons for Russell Wilson. Trade away Richard Sherman. Trade away Earl Thomas. I know they have productivity left, but in return, go get someone who can give you even more productivity later down the road. Use Richard Sherman to make an investment in a new player. Get what you can while you can still get something for him.